Thank you, and good afternoon to all of you. First, to my colleagues in Albany, Senator Carl Marcellino and Assemblyman Harvey Wiesenberg, who you just heard from. This would not be happening if it wasn't for their good work and their diligence. And as the senator said, this bill will save lives, period. And that's what public service is all about. They've done an extraordinary job here. Let's give them a round of applause, please, for their good work. Chief Tuller from the New York Police Department, thank you very much for being here. Superintendent Joseph D'Amico from the New York State Police, it's a pleasure to be with him. Other men and women from law enforcement who put their lives on the line every day to keep society safe for us, they all deserve our applause. Give them a round of applause, please. We have the family of Tiun Chong Lin who are joining us today. Mr. Lin unfortunately lost his life to a driver who was texting while driving, and he was hit by the vehicle, and he lost his life. This will not do anything, obviously, to bring back Mr. Lin. I hope the family takes some peace from knowing that we have learned, and that terrible tragedy is what drove government to respond and the action that we will be taking today. And I hope you find some peace in that situation, because I do believe people's lives will be saved. I do believe this issue came to light primarily by the sacrifice of your family. And let's give them a round of applause today. And today is fairly straightforward. There's a technology revolution. Everybody walks around with one of these. I have one in my pocket. And that's great. Technology revolution has increased productivity. It's interfered a little bit with privacy, but it's generated, it's been great for the economy. It's been great for American productivity overall. The message today is those electronic devices and driving do not mix, period. They don't mix. And it's a much larger problem than you may think. National studies by the AAA, the Automobile Association of America, say about 1 in 5 drivers text or read their emails while they're driving. This is above and beyond cell phones. 1 in 5 is a very high number. And it's only going to get worse. Why? Because more and more young people are now starting to drive. This device was not of my generation. My generation, we had 2 cans and a string connected. That was communication for us. So this is really a relatively recent phenomenon. And as drivers are entering, turning of age, it's more and more of a problem. I have 2 young ladies at home. My daughter, 16 years old, twins, and I'm teaching them how to drive, which is a situation unto itself and really should not be done between a father and a daughter. I think even most family members shouldn't engage in this practice. It's not good for family relations. But they take the BlackBerry, the iPhone, the iPad, the iThis, they grew up with it. And it's a constant connection. It's constant chatter. If their thumbs aren't moving, they don't know if they're alive, That's how they grew up. And they get in the car, and that device bings and bongs or vibrates or whatever it does, and you can see that they have to answer that device now, right? You don't understand, Dad. That's a constant refrain. What do I know? I'm only the governor of the state. Keep it simple for me. You don't understand. So it's that orientation to these devices, the immediacy of these devices, and then you get in a car. And they're young, and they don't really understand how difficult driving is. They don't understand, as the superintendent pointed out, 1 second. You take your eyes off the road for 1 second. You look down for 1 second, and it is unforgiving. You're going 60 miles an hour, you're distracted, you turn away, you turn back, it's a totally different situation. And it is a 2-ton bomb that you're on. You're on a missile. And learning how to drive, just starting that orientation with the orientation to the devices is a dangerous combination. It is common sense, but sometimes you need law enforcement and you need laws to remind society of common sense and enforce common sense. And that's what today is all about. It's not just a mistake. It's not just a bad judgment. It's not just foolishness. You are breaking the law. It's what's called a primary offense, which means what? Which means you don't need a second offense. If you are seen by a police officer with a device, a handheld device, any flavor, any electronic device, that is illegal if you're holding and using the device in the car. It's going to be raised to 3 points on your license. 3 points is very serious. A fine up to $150. By the way, we're also raising the points on a cell phone ticket to 3 points. It's currently 2 points. We're going to raise that to 3 points. Why? Because 3 points is the most serious offense, moving violation offense. They will both be now 3 points because we want to make the statement as a society that we are serious. This isn't trivial. You can hurt someone, you can hurt yourself, you can even kill someone, as we've learned the hard way. It has to stop now, and it is a special problem for our young people who are vulnerable and who other people are vulnerable to them when they're learning to drive. And that learning to drive, those initial periods with these devices are a bad combination. I'll end where I started. I believe the senator and the assemblyman did profound work. I believe it will save lives. These men and women of law enforcement will now enforce the law. They'll enforce it starting today. It will be enforced aggressively. And as I mentioned before, the penalties are severe. So thank you for the good work. The Lynn family, thank you again. And we're sorry for your loss and we're sorry for your pain. Let's sign the bill and let's save lives. Thank you.